Now, where the Back Factory's artist studio in Johannesburg will be opening the 2021-2022 Young Womxn Studio Bursary exhibition, Botsalano le Megopolo, Entre Nous. This exhibition is part of the studio's awards program that offers support to an early emerging career woman artist under the age of 35 through a rent-free studio space for 12 months. Princia, Matungulu and Kutlwano Monyai are the recipients of the 2021-2022 Bursary Award, and they're joining us in the studio to tell us more about the body of work they'll be exhibiting from today. Ladies, good morning. Welcome to Morning Live. Kutlwano, I want to start with you. Tell us more about the Young Womxn Studio Bursary. What is it about?
The Studio Bursary, it's about encouraging and giving a platform to young women in South Africa, young artists, to find a space whereby they can find themselves artistically to grow, So that is what it's mainly about, and me and Princia has been part of that for the past year, which is something that we both really appreciate.
Yeah. Princia, tell us about the past year. How's that gone?
Well, the past year went by quite quickly, but it's been quite an experience, something, being in Back Factory, that space with these artists that have been in the career for quite some time, that mentor you, that you can learn from, it's quite an encouraging space, and it's been such an experience that wow, it's just amazing, yeah.
Tell us about today's exhibition, the work that you are exhibiting. What is it about?
So, Botsalano le Megopolo, please say the other part.
Entre Nous.
Yeah. So it's a collaborative title, because we've been working together for the past year, and we've been bouncing ideas, we've been talking about our own work separately, and this exhibition has come to talk about our young women experiences, as well as experiences of our mothers as well, as well as experiences and relationships with other women out there as well. So we are actually showing that through the materials that we're using, which are so familiar to us as well. Yeah. So that is, we were talking about materiality, we're talking about female experiences as Black women in South Africa. And yeah, that is what the exhibition is mainly about, and we hope that when people actually see it, they take away that as well in the exhibition.
Princia, what are those materials that are on this exhibition, and what do they, try to highlight?
So, like she said, in our materials that we make use of, they push forward the concept that we are trying to talk about. And Kutlwano makes use of plastic, and she does crocheting in her works, which has been something that she learned through her material lineage from her mom and her grandmother. And I make use of the African wax prints. Being Congolese, this has been something that is very vital and primal in my culture, being a form of payment for lobola, being something that we normally wear, dress. And so with these materials that we make use of, we want to further push the envelope of women intimacies and women experiences and what it means to be a woman. And yeah, we hope that when people look at the work, that before we even talk about our works, that the material speaks for itself, that it sends them into a place of like thinking and imagination of what this work could be possibly speaking or talking about.
I want to talk about the significance of the title of the exhibition, because you took Setswana, Megopolo le Botsalano, and then French, since you are Congolese. Talk to us about the significance and what direct translation or what it means in, relation to the exhibition.
Okay, you want to start with that?
Yes, so the significance of the title, is first of all, we're trying to just highlight the collaboration between women. We need to be in conversation with each other all the time. So it speaks to that, having to talk to another individual, another woman, and having to collaborate in the same career. Secondly, the possibility of collaborating with materials themselves, it speaks to that as well. And also the language is all, it's important. As much as we are here together, it's important for us to talk, and to engage with each other and talk ask each other about random questions or mundane questions such as language, and also like
Megopolo le Botsalano means?
Yes, Megopolo le Botsalano, memories and relationships.
Yes.
So these are the memories and relationships that of the women experiences that we're talking about. So every material that we're using, for example, she's using wax prints and I'm using plastic and I'm crocheting, they bring memory. When you look at the pieces, you go back into a memory lane of your own personal experiences and our own experiences as well. So that is the significance of the title.
And the French bit?
And the French bit, Entre Nous, means in us and between us.
Okay.
And because in us, because these experiences come from within, we are taking them out from within. It's past experiences, it's memories, it's lived experiences, you know. And then between us, because we're talking about between women, between mother and daughter, which is quite a very pivotal part of my work, where I sort of draw experiences between me and my mom, you know, being that I came here very much younger and she brought me, and there's this sort of like need to see me become a Congolese woman, and these experiences and these ideas and norms and ideals that she puts upon me, and how I then show that out, you know. So that's why we thought memories and relationships in us and between us, you know. Yeah.
And, you know, what are some of the highlights that came with working together? Here you are from different spaces and you are forced to work together, you know, and collaborate on this particular exhibition. What did that teach you about your work and where you come from, and vice versa?
Well, when I first began with my work last year before starting the residency, I thought my work was about me, right?
Yeah.
Because it's internal experiences, it's me and my mom and me and my mom. And then when I met Kutlwano and we started talking about each other's works and we started creating work in close proximity with each other, I realized that the experiences or the sort of like problems or the sort of like difficulties that I face, you know, when exchanging with my mother or when in dialogue with my mom, is experienced by a whole vast of mother and daughter relationships. And it also transcends that. It goes towards like women to women, just everyday women, you know. And then the whole matrilineal lineage, you know, your grandmother and the mother before that, and all that. And I realized that it's not just mother-daughter, but it's a whole vast community of womanhood. And that's what I got from Kutlwano's work. Yeah.
And for you, Kutlwano?
She already said a mouthful. So what I learned while working with Princia, with my work and hers as well, I learned that experimentation is quite vital. You know, I learned other types of weaving techniques as well. And also another thing
learned how to crochet.
Yes, she learned how to crochet, you know. So it was quite fun working with Princia for the past year, and also bouncing ideas and intellectually talking about our own experiences and having to put together the exhibition. So that was a quite amazing experience.
What are you hoping people take away from this body of work? It's one thing you guys are seeing it together, you're working together, and it looks amazing, but for somebody to understand what it is that you guys are trying to say, what are you hoping people will hear from that?
I personally hope that people feel or experience sort of like they being led into our intimacies, you know, because for me, I'm talking about the mortaring and pounding and the designs and how they've been passed on, you know, through generations, and reimagining what these could mean for me. So I'm hoping that when people come into our exhibition and experience the works, that they experience our intimacies, that they sort of go through a journey of becoming, you know, becoming for ourselves, becoming for them, and a journey of imagination. And
sort of, add on to that?
As Botsalano le Megopolo translates to relationships and memories, I'm hoping that people, when they walk into the exhibition, they see the works and they, you know, they're taken aback of the materials, they're taken aback of the tapestries that they see, because with my work, I'm mainly taking people into a home space. You know, you see the work and you think of your home, you think of your grandmother, you think of that motherly experience that you've had. So I'm hoping that people take that when they look at the work and hopefully see the value in all of that experience, you know, that it's so important that, you know, we put this out there, we talk about it, we acknowledge it most importantly, and we acknowledge that subtle power, you know, in just being raised by a mother, being raised by a grandmother, and you see those objects that you see when you're growing up it's important that, you know, you see value in those little things, and that is what I hope people
just
take.
appreciate having women in our lives.
Yeah.
You know, it's a blessing. Yeah.
It really is. Okay, let's talk about the exhibition. How long is it running for? Where is the space for somebody who may not know where the Back Factory is?
Okay. The exhibition is running from today, the 6th of August. Today is going to be from 11 to 3, right?
Yes.
11 to 3, yes. So it's from the 6th of August to the 20th of the 9th of September. Yeah, so a whole full month.
Yeah.
And Back Factory is located in 10 Matlatini Street,
Yes.
Fordsburg. Yes.
Right next to the plaza.
Yes,
Yes,
right next to the plaza.
plaza.
Yes.
All right, ladies, thank you so much for talking to us.
Thank you.
Good luck with the exhibition. Princia, Matungulu and Kutlwano Monyai are the recipients of the Back Factory 2021-2022 Bursary Award, and they've been speaking to us about the exhibition that opens today. I'm going to try and say that name again. The Setswana is easier. Botsalano le Megopolo, and then it's Entre Nous. There, we've got it. It's on at the Back Factory just after the plaza here in Johannesburg. All right, it's just gone 8 o'clock. Good morning.